Greetings YouTube, Kudou here. Bet you weren't expecting to hear my voice for a while. Yes, it's been about a month since my last video, and I'm already getting all of those messages asking if I'm dead. Oh welp, I'm not dead, obviously. I'm recording a video for you. My schedule has been kind of crazy lately this last month, mainly because it's inventory at Walmart. For those who don't know what that is, it's pretty much where we count every single item in the store and we see how much we've lost in shrink, how many things have gone missing, how many things have been stolen, how many things we still have to sell, what we should be deleting, so on and so forth. It's a bunch of really boring Walmart stuff, don't even worry about it. But because I work in the clothing area, I pretty much had to go through and count all of the clothes and stuff, so they've been giving us crazy hours. I've been getting like 40-hour weeks, 37-hour weeks. I actually have a 37-hour week this week. So that's where I've been. I haven't really had time to make a video, and my schedule is really awkward. You see, I don't normally wake up until about noon because I stay up so late, and then I normally go to work at 2, and that gap there isn't really enough time for me to get ready for work and also make videos for you guys. And if I do wake up earlier, my parents are normally still asleep, and yes, I do still live with my parents, so I won't be able to do anything if they're asleep. This is also a problem for making videos when I get off because I almost always get off at 11 and normally my parents go to sleep about 12. So I get home, I have about an hour where I could technically start making videos, but I don't really like splitting up work because if I start a video and then I have to finish it on a different day, it really messes me up because sometimes I forget some of the stuff I want to say. I'm really bad at taking notes, that kind of thing. So I try to make my videos in a span where I've got like 3 or 4 hours that I can just solely dedicate to making the video. I know this is just sounding like a bunch of excuses. It kind of is. But here's the other thing. I'm actually going to be moving pretty soon. I know I'm in my 20s and I haven't already moved and gotten out of here. I've always just lived at home. But a friend of mine is going to be going to a college nearby. Not really nearby, a few cities away, but I'm going to be moving soon and I'm going to have an apartment. And when I have an apartment, I won't have to worry about that kind of stuff. I will actually be able to, if it's 3 o'clock in the morning and I'm awake, I'll be able to just make a video for you guys. It's going to be pretty sweet for people who are fans of my videos because having the freedom to make videos whenever I want to will mean a lot more videos. In the meantime, until I start getting less shifty schedules, like back in the day, or I say back in the day, like a few months ago, back when I was making videos really heavily, I was getting days like 4:30 to 9, and that's really good because I can start making the video at noon, I can finish by about 3, I can get it uploaded, and I could even like have it rendered and then upload it while I'm at work, get home at 9, and then maybe even start doing the research for my next video or start translating cards for my next video. I just haven't been able to do that lately because 2 to 11 kind of cuts that out. And my days off, I know I don't seem like it, but I'm actually a pretty big gamer. I've been playing a lot of video games recently, Bloodborne, Final Fantasy Type 0, the Final Fantasy 15 demo. I've been playing Dynasty Warriors game again. I've been playing a bunch of other stuff. So my days off are normally dedicated to either playing games or actually spending some time with my friends because after I move, I probably won't get to see my friends for a long time. It could be years before I get to see my friends again. So my days off have been dedicated to either playing games or spending time with them before I get to go. Jesus, I always plan for these videos to be so short, and then I end up spending like 5 minutes on one topic, and I've still got some other stuff to talk about. Next thing we'll move on to is force of will, and I really hate to say I told you so to anybody, but just kidding. I told you so. Why doesn't anybody ever listen to me? My force of will video got really good reception and feedback, but afterwards, like, I got 2 Facebook messages, 2 comments, and 4 Skype messages talking about how I shouldn't tell people not to buy the cards the first month that the game is out because then the company will just go bankrupt and not have any money ever and think that the card game automatically failed after the month is over. For people who don't know what I'm talking about, in the video I said, hey, the card game seems a little shaky right now, I don't know what's going on with it, please just wait a month, to buy into the cards online, unless you have some friends that you know are for sure going to be playing it, and then go ahead and buy some cards so that you can play around with them. And what happens now? They've been changing around a lot of the rules, and the starter deck cards are getting banned at most tournaments because they use an ancient set of rules that don't apply to the game anymore. So, guys, come on. I don't just throw darts at a dartboard to decide what I'm going to say next. I have an idea of why I say the things that I do. I told people not to buy the very first month that it came out, to wait because I heard that March 6th is when tournaments would begin. Lo and behold, tournaments begun, and it turned out that most people who sunk all their money into starter decks couldn't even use most of the cards that they bought. So I think like 12 people listened to me and decided not to buy in the first month. And you know what happened? Most of those people just put the money that they would have put towards starter decks into booster packs so that they could actually play competitively. The company didn't lose any money. It's just the people who were going to buy the starter decks decided to buy booster packs instead with the same money. And now that it's been over a month, people who go back and watch the video that's not even going to apply to them because the card game will have been out for at least a month. I'm sorry if it sounds like I'm just raging or like being overly heavy on this one comment, but I feel like some people watch my videos and they look specifically for things that they can pick at, and it's like when they do, and when I turn out to be right, everybody goes silent. It's hilarious to me. So that's what's going on with that. More on Force of Will. I I wanted to make more videos on Force of Will, but here's my thing. The main videos that I wanted to do were the opening, which I couldn't really do the pack opening because there's something going on with the footage that I took of the pack opening. I can't get it to render correctly. If I can figure it out, then maybe I'll still upload it, but probably not because it's been so late now. I feel like it probably wouldn't be a good idea to upload it being so late. Um, and I wanted to do a review of each of the trial decks, but the trial decks are getting banned at tournaments, and it feels like it would be a waste of time for me to talk about them because they use so many dead concepts and stuff. And there are some decks that just completely rely on the dead concepts. Like, if you bought the white deck, you got screwed. I am so sorry about that. So I don't really feel like wasting my time reviewing the trial decks anymore. And I didn't really have anything else lined up for it, so I really don't know if Force of Will has a place on my channel. If there's something you really want to see me do with Force of Will, then go ahead and leave it in the comment section below, and I'll think about it. But don't count on it, guys. Like, they pretty much took anything that I wanted to do with the card game and threw it out the window. Moving from Force of Will to something else, Weiss Swartz. So here's the thing with Weiss Swartz. I really like doing Weiss Swartz. I think it's really cool that there are a couple of people who recognize me in California for doing Weiss Swartz. And there are other people that I can also recommend to my channel because of Weiss Swartz. Weiss Swartz is a really fun card game. It's a really fun card game to build decks for because pretty much everything is viable. So you can do some really fun shenanigansy things. There's not like a set in stone tier list that always wins like there is in like Yu-Gi-Oh! It's just a really fun card game to do decks for. And I also really like reviewing the trial decks because there's so many, and some of them bring really fun, neat things to the table. But I never really intended to get big on Weiss Swartz. I never intended for Weiss Swartz to be like my main game and to continuously make videos for it like I have been. But I've been out for like 2 years, and most of my videos are Weiss Swartz related. The main point of the channel, like the intended use for it, was to be a place where I can buy new card games, test them out, and then teach you guys how to play the card games and build some hype for them. And I kind of stuck to Weiss Swartz, I stuck to MLP a little bit, but I never really reviewed anything new. So I know this is going to make some people pretty angry, but I really want to slow down on Weiss Swartz a little bit. I've got a lot of other things that I want to do. And if I just keep going and reviewing Weiss Swartz stuff, then I'm never going to get anything else done because there's just so many people who want decks for all kinds of different archetypes, and that's amazing to me. I love that people are asking me to do stuff like that. But At the same time, it's just such a time sink because I have to go through, I have to make translations for all of the cards, I have to build the decks, I have to test the decks to make sure they run properly, make changes, and then if the changes I make involve other cards, I've got to translate the new cards, and then I've got to make the videos and stuff. So, um, I don't know if I want to keep doing that because I've got like let's see, 17. I've got 17 other card games lined up that I want to review that I'm never going to get the chance to if I just stick to one card game. So I'm sorry, I'm going to slow down on White Swartz a bit. When I get the chance to move out and I actually get my own place where I can make videos at any time, then I'll be able to make like 2 videos a day or something and then like upload them daily, and you might even get daily uploads. And when that happens, I'll upload a lot more Weiss Swartz content because I'll be able to balance Weiss Swartz with all of the other things that I want to do. But for the time being, I honestly don't even know if I'm going to release another Weiss Swartz video until the move happens. If I do upload more Weiss Swartz videos, it's going to be one of two things. It's either going to be fulfilling requests like the protagonist deck that I promised that I would make forever ago, or the trial decks, because trial decks are really simple to do. I don't have to do any testing with those. I can just make them and then give my thoughts on them. And this is going to make people pretty angry, but on another note, I actually would very much like to focus on making some League of Legends content. I know I don't have a lot of video game fans here, but I am pretty big into League of Legends. I'm actually huge into League of Legends right now. I'm learning how to increase my game a little bit, and I'm working towards like actually getting to a pretty high rank because I've got this video series. I don't know if anybody remembers me saying this, but I got this video series planned. I'm actually writing it out right now. I'm doing all the writing for it. It's a series called the Bronze Survival Guide, where I go through and I tell people like the best ways to survive bronze and get out of bronze into a higher elo. I wanted to do this for a while, but my placement matches didn't go well this year, and this was the year that I really wanted to start them because this is the year after we got the huge overhaul, all the big updates, and just all the big stuff happened this year, and I wanted to start it this year, but I couldn't because my placement matches didn't go well, and I got placed into Bronze 2. I climbed back out of Bronze 2. I'm in Silver right now. I'm going to wait until I'm Gold because I feel like people won't take me very seriously if I'm below Gold, if I'm talking about how to get out of Bronze. So that's what's going on there. I really do kind of want to focus on the League of Legends content a little bit. In fact, like League of Legends might be my new Weiss Swartz, and Weiss Swartz might take a side to it. I know a lot of people are going to unsubscribe from hearing that. I know I'm going to get a lot of hate for it, but I really do feel like I've got a lot of great things to say on League of Legends, so I would like to kind of focus on that a little bit. I also feel like it's might be what's best for the channel because League of Legends is pretty big right now. It went on kind of a tilt for a while, like it was losing some players and stuff, but it's going up again. There's like more players now than there's ever been, and I feel like I can get a lot of viewers, subscribers. I feel like it's best for the channel's growth. I feel like doing something big like League of Legends is how the channel is going to grow. I don't want to go off to do something like Yu-Gi-Oh! Or Magic the Gathering because those don't really interest me, and I don't want to get big off of something that I'm not really that interested in, but League of Legends is something I'm very interested in. So we'll see what happens there. If you like League of Legends, stay tuned because probably sometime next month I'm going to start a new video series that you might be very much interested in. Answering a quick question, somebody asked me where the art on this channel comes from, like the picture you're looking at right now, who made it. There's somebody who named themselves Sage and Ranma on DeviantArt who gave me full permission to use the art on her channel. And she changed her name lately. I think it's Celestial Reina. So if you want, go ahead and check her out. I'm probably going to put a link to her DeviantArt in the description below, and that should be a fun thing to check out too. Man, I can't believe I've already hit like 15 minutes. I'm going to speed this up a little bit. The last thing I really want to talk about is video game reviews. I know all the stuff I'm saying makes it sound like I'm just going off of card games completely and just moving straight onto video games. There's a bunch of video games that I've been wanting to review lately. A bunch. I want to do a review on Bloodborne, the new Dragon Ball Z game. I actually started some reviews last year on games like Persona Q and Final Fantasy Type Zero and so on and so forth. And I really want to get those finished and get those out. So that's another thing I'm going to be focusing on is game reviews, and I'd like to get the game review started pretty soon. The one problem that I'm really kind of running into is on some of my videos, I've asked content creators to give me permission to use their video footage because for like handheld games, there's no way for me to record that unless I send my DS in to go and get like a $500 attachment that lets me record video, which I'm not going to do because that's just too much money. Um, and I really haven't been able to get anybody to share their content with me. Most of the people that I ask now say like, "Oh no, like it's my content, like you don't touch any of it, go make your own," all this kind of stuff. And I understand that, but at the same time, like it's weird that there's absolutely nobody willing to share their content with me. So that's kind of the hurdle I'm hitting right there. But let's go ahead and wrap this thing up. Video game reviews and League of Legends content is what's going to be coming up next. Don't expect Swartz for a while, probably not until the move, which is July. So Swartz is going to die out a little bit until I get a chance to move out in July. Force of Will is probably dead completely. I'm probably not going to do anything on Force of Will because the starter decks are banned, and I don't really have anything else with the card game that I wanted to do. The art comes from Celestial Reina, so if you like the art that I use, go ahead and go check out her DeviantArt. She's a really awesome person, and I think that's about it. Yeah. Oh, card game stuff too. Expect a bunch of new card game reviews. Right now, I'm looking at Dice Masters and Legend of the Five Rings. Maybe even the Naruto CCG. I'm not even going to say that. I'm not even going to say that because so many people are going to get on my case about that. Like, oh, you said it now. You said you're going to do it now. So where is it? All right, we're waiting for that content. So I'm going to go ahead and leave it there. I hope to see you guys in the future. I hope this little update will satisfy you guys for a little while. There's a lot of people who try to talk to me here on YouTube. Don't do that. I'm not saying don't try to talk to me, but get Skype and add Kudou on Skype. I've got a lot of really great people that I talk to from YouTube on Skype, and Skype is a really great place to be, especially because I can make like group conversations and have my fans actually talk to each other. So add Kudou on Skype. You'll know it's me because it should have a picture of Conan and a couple of other kids with a soccer ball. But anyways, I don't really trying not to have this thing hit like 20 minutes, so I'm going to go ahead and cut it off there. I'll see you guys next time.